Hello and good morning, friends. Today we're going to be taking a look at an inspection in the rain. So I get asked this question quite a bit. Can you inspect a septic system while it's raining, especially if it's a torrential downpour? And the short answer is yes, right? You can. A functioning septic system should work regardless of weather conditioning. But let's get into it. So we've got a 1900s farmhouse that we're working on today. And we show up, we have no records, nobody has any idea of where anything is, what the condition of anything is, and we're kind of going in blind, right? It doesn't help that it's pouring down rain today, so we had to play the fun game of detective, figure out where the septic system's hiding. So how I did this is I go through the house and I look to see where's the plumbing, right? Once I go and find the plumbing, the next step I want to figure out where's the vent stack. Once you find the vent stack, it's a little bit easier to know how that pipe exits the home. So look around, we find the toilet area, we see it's on the front of the house, so we know that it's got to be somewhere on the front of the property. The well is also on the front of the property, but on the left side. So because the well's on the left side, that means that the obvious place that the septic's got to be is on the right. But with a 1900s farmhouse, you always run the risk of coming across something very weird. Like, for example, an outhouse. Right? A full-fledged functioning outhouse, or some people will call them a privy. That's not technically a septic system. It's its own little sewage disposal device, but it's not what we're here to look for. So that would have been the original sewage system for this property back in the day when it was just an old farmhouse. It's still a farm, but now it's a little bit more ornamental, right? So we find the pipe that leaves the house. The next step we got to figure out is where's the tank. There's no access in the house to throw a camera or a locator through the sewer, so now we've got to pull out the metal detector. We go around, we look for things that look kind of out of place, like do we see anything like that? That seems kind of out of place, right? Or maybe that. So as we're looking around with the metal detector, we're probing and trying to see, do we see anything that's metal? Is there anything that's coming back positive to give us an idea that maybe we're on the right track, all right? So we look around for a good few minutes. We're getting absolutely soaked. The rain really sucks, but we eventually find the tank, right? We see our PVC clean out right over here. That's our riser, and then our drain fields are gonna be over there, right? When a septic system's designed, they're gonna design it to accommodate for the rain, right? If you have all your downspouts and gutters and stuff coming directly on top of the drain field, of course it's not gonna drain correctly, right? You want to make sure that you have enough fall so that way if it does rain, you don't have it coming in. They have a nice swale right over here to where as the water comes down the front of the house, it'll kind of work its way down that gully and then it'll go over into the creek. There's a big creek right over there, right? So they're already taking preventative maintenance steps to keep the groundwater away from their septic. The next thing that the county is going to do is do what's called a perk test. They're going to see what part of the property has the best kind of soil, what kind of soil are we working with, and what kind of drain field can we put in place. Once that perk test is done, then they're able to figure out, okay, how many trenches do we need? This particular property, they've got 3 trenches. But again, we don't have any records, so we have no idea how old this thing is. So now we get to play the fun game of, can we deduce how old it might be based off of what we see? So we tossed the camera through the pipe, right? And we saw that it's all PVC pipe up to the house. PVC didn't exist till the mid-80s, so now we know, all right, mid-80s to now is our most likely candidate. In the 80s, though, in our county that I'm in right now, they were using dry wells or seepage pits. Because I found drain fields, that puts us into the late 80s or the 90s and newer. Because it's a PVC clean out and a riser, that was usually done in the 2000s. So now we can start to think, okay, maybe this tank's 20 years old. Everything looks like it's in pretty good shape though, right? We haven't found any kind of defects. The baffles are where they belong. Drain fields are still probe and dry. And the benefit of testing it in the rain is to see, does the groundwater influence the septic at all, right? If you're in like a hurricane, you probably shouldn't test the septic just because you're gonna get 4 foot of water on your trenches and it's not gonna make it work as well, right? But a little drizzle just like this, where it's a consistent stream of rain, you're gonna be fine, right? Any septic system should be more than capable of functioning in the rain. Otherwise, every time it rains, you wouldn't be able to flush your toilet, right? There are the few circumstances where, depending on the type of lot you're in, the way it was designed, it might be influenced by groundwater, but that's a bigger issue in and of itself, right? And that means that it's something that needs to get addressed. It's starting to rain a little bit more aggressive, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one a little bit short today. I hope that if you found some value in this, that you don't mind hitting that like and subscribe button. I have more information posted every day on the world of well and septic. Till next time, guys.